Hi guys, so welcome back to the HackShack. It is Project 10 on the 19th, and I think I do have my assistant here today.
Yes, I'm happily the assistant today. No complaints from me.
Yes.
You ready to get started?
Yes.
All right, let's get our down camera here. All right, let's see what we've got in the box. All right, I'll take that. All right, let's get the bag open, see what's in there. All right, so let's see here. I believe these right here. So you know what these are? These are just some, well, we've got some jumper wires there. Some male-to-male jumper wires. We've got a 10K resistor, and then these are the cool things for this kit. Check these out. So this is a beam, like a brake beam sensor thing. So look, so one of these things will have like a light poking out of it, and one of them will be like the receiver of the light, and something will maybe happen when we break that beam. So let's get ready here in just a second, and we will put things together as they want us to this time. Before we move on, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, PCBWay.
Ho, ho, ho!
PCBWay is having a huge Christmas sale, and you don't want to miss it. Here's what you can get. Free prototypes for Christmas-themed designs, discounts of up to 50% on PCBs and assembly, and much more. This sale is only valid until December 31st, 2023, so don't wait. Head over to PCBWay now and start saving on your next project. Check the description for details.
Thanks, PCBWay. Hope you enjoy your holidays.
All right, so the first thing it says for us to do here is to remove our USB. That's always a safe bet. All right, see how we got this red and black here on each one of these things? Just gonna hook them into the same things here. Okay, I think I got this right. All right, so what you need to do is match this next one. Take the red one and put it with the red one, and put the black with the black. So just stack them in line. Remember how when you're in line with those, they're all connected? So make sure it's in the straight line with that one.
It was red.
Yeah, red to red and black to black.
And black to black.
Push it down in there. And then you can just put this one, put this white one just in some other one. That's not with those. Okay. All right, great. Now let's see what we do next. All right, we lost our younger helper there for other things that needed to be done. So I'm gonna finish up here, and I may or may not get the other older helper to give me a hand testing some things out. So I'm just hooking up this to the negative there from the black of both of the things of the beam dilly-dallies there. Then I'm gonna go from the reds here, and that's gonna go to 36 here, which is our 3.3 volts. And now we need to have one more that goes from the white signal line over to our physical pin 31 on the Pico. Right, so that should be everything connected up. I'll go ahead and plug in our USB here, and I need to get these things kind of facing each other, I believe. That may be a challenge without some blue tack or something. All right, so I couldn't put my hands on the blue tack, which is something else I'm gonna have to figure out. But I'm gonna see if I can get them facing each other in these maybe. We've got these little helping hand things here. Okay, so you can see I've got them kind of like this right here. You zoom out a little bit. Here. This one breadboard's kind of hanging in the air. But let's see if that's enough to get these lined up without this blocking them. We shall see how that works. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the first little example piece of code here. Put that in. So you can see this is just really simple. It's just pulling down pin 26. It's just got one of these forever while true loops. And if it goes high, I guess the beam is broken. Let's hit this, gonna stop that. Let's try to push it over there. And let's see what it does. So right now I'm gonna, oh wow, it works. That's pretty cool. So you can see I'm just putting my finger in front of that. which you can't tell once it gets full, the screen gets full there. So I do that. So it's just repeating. If it's broken the whole time, it's just going to fill it up. So that works as expected, I think. Well, you know, I'll just show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to go back to the bench camera, but pretty straightforward. Even though this looks kind of wonky, it's enough for them to see each other, I guess. And when I have my finger there, it's just scrolling by, being broken. So let's check out the next example code here and see what they've got for us. Okay, so here we are looking at the next piece of code, and this is kind of like a little game. It's kind of neat. Basically, is counts how many times you can break the beam within 30 seconds. And if you look at the code here, the way that this works is that you have to let it reset before it'll increment. So you just can't leave your hand in the way and let it like count up. It has to register that it saw it the other side again before it'll count another break. So it wants distinct breaks. And it just gives you a score after 30 seconds. Looks like it makes a beeping noise when you're ready to go. So let's see what this does here. I don't know if it shows me what we got to go there. I'm just flailing my finger in front of this thing. I don't know if that's enough to count or not. It's kind of weird. I bet the kids might want to try this out. It'd be kind of fun. Alright, so there you can see my score, 103. And if you look over here, before this code example, look at this. These are some pretty good high scores here from some of the folks that are at the Pi Hut, I think. So that's pretty cool. Maybe near the end here, I can get one of my kids to try it and see what kind of score they can get, and we'll see how they compare to these folks. Until then, let's check out the other thing. And I'll just show you real quick. You can imagine what I was doing was just essentially just wagging my finger back and forth like that, trying to break it. That's what I was doing to try to accumulate the score during the game. All right, let's look at our next code example. Okay, so our last example they're providing us here is another kind of revision on the game idea, but this one, what it's going to do is it's going to set like a goal or a target score, and we do the same little flipping back and forth thing to increment the score, but it's incorporate into the LEDs, and it's going to give you like stages, and they're going to light up one by one as you get closer to the target score. And if you don't hit it, it'll give you a different message at the end as opposed to if you do. So let's look here. Now again, I'm going to tell you this red, amber, and green, I don't think I have these in the right spots, but so you'll just know when you see the lights, you know, it'll start with one, add another, and a third. Unless it's going to switch them off as it moves to the different stages. We will see here in just a minute. So it's putting it into thirds basically. And as you approach, you know, the percentage of getting near the score, that's how it's doing those LEDs. So that's pretty cool. Where is that target score value? Target score is 100. So that's what we're going to be trying to hit. So we should be able to hit that, I hope. So the rest of this works okay. This is kind of a long one. Look at that link I'm going to have in the description. This is the last example if you want to look at it a little bit closer. And it did say something about if you wanted to make this a little bit more concise, we could use some functions, but I'm probably not going to be doing that. I'm just going to see if we can run this and see what we can get there. And as soon as I get ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and show the bench camera here. All right, so you should see the LEDs there, and they should kind of light up in a progressive manner. Maybe I'll do the flipping down here. Here we go. I'm going to push this code to it, and it should beep when it's time for us to start. Alright, so there we go. Now on the screen it's just incrementing up again. I see that LED, got two LEDs I think. Let's see if we hit the third one, if we hit our goal here. I think, okay, we got all three lit up. So, alright, did we get it? Yeah, cool. Okay, so as soon as it hit the 100, it stopped. And I'll show you back over here on the code what it looked like. You can see down here. So it doesn't just see how much you can get done in that time. The game just stops if you make it. So we'll do that one more time and you should be able to see what that looks like. Let's get this over here. I'm going to push run again and just keep an eye on these LEDs. Okay, there's the first LED. There's the second LED. The third one's on now. All right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's kind of neat. Now, of course, these are just like fun little game things to do with this. And I don't know, like If anybody's of my vintage, well, I don't know, maybe some folks still do that now, but this makes me think about going into any Radio Shack here in the US back in the day. When you open that front door as you walk in, they always had their little Radio Shack branded electric eye or whatever you call it, which I think it had like a reflector on one side and maybe like an infrared transmitter receiver on the other. So it just kind of bounced back and wanted to see itself, I believe. I don't think it had two different sides like this, but somebody can correct me if I'm wrong about those. And it would make the little ding dong noise as you entered into the building. So those were pretty cool. You can think of probably tons of different applications where you could use this. So that's pretty cool to have this in our arsenal. I guess I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. Again, today is going to be December the 19th. This is box number 10. We'll be looking at box 11 on December the 21st. Take care. We hope you're having a good holiday, and we will see you next time.